Hey, what's up, y'all? It's D about to react to this vid by Alba and Preach. It's titled What Zero Accountability Looks Like. They had another vid titled this that I reacted to. It was involving that guy, Dean the Great, who kept getting beat up by everybody. But now they have another version. There's a girl on the thumbnail. So this is the female version of what zero accountability looks like. So let's see what's going on. Let's watch.
We got a lot of DMs because people are mad with Preach.
Yes.
By proxy me because I was kikiing and laughing. But Preach made some comments about a young woman's looks. Her name is Earth to Khadija. You guys remember this video? That's just her head.
Yeah, it might be the eye.
I appreciate the shape.
There's a proportion with the face and
that's how she was.
No, I think maybe she's a lizard person. Okay, but maybe there's nightmares for no reason.
No, I really wasn't going to respond to this. I didn't see it until today. And I feel like since they put so much effort into setting up and like whatever, I will just make a video. Even though it's a waste of my time. I get hundreds of men like this in my DMs every single day, just saying something about this, because they want me to react. And I'm ashamed of myself a little bit for responding to this, but I feel like if you're that unfortunate looking, and then you're saying something like that at your...
Wait, hold on. That's one of my favorite phrases to use, is saying someone is unfortunate looking. But I agree with her so far. I don't know what else she about to say. She might say some fuck shit in a second. But as far as this goes, I am on her side because, excuse me, I hate when people do this as well. And usually men are big offenders of this, where they will talk shit about a woman's looks when it's like, but you... you're not even close to their attractiveness. Like they look way better than you. And obviously, you know, looks are different between men and women, but we can still compare where both genders fall on the attractive scale, on the look scale, okay? So we can still rate people 1 through 10 and you can compare, okay, this woman would fall, you know, around a 7. I'm not saying she's a 7, I'm just giving an example. And this guy would fall around a 4. So it's like when you, and this is no shade to Preach. I like both of them. And I'm not saying Preach is a bad looking guy at all, but it's just so odd for you to be way further down on the look scale than someone, but you are coming for their looks. I think that's very strange. And maybe in that vid she was saying something super problematic and it's like, okay, but that's not a reason to just lie. This is an attractive woman. Like, what are we talking about? She obviously has some type of filter on, but she's a cute girl. So it's like trying to pick apart her looks is weird. And I talk shit about people all the time. I'm not saying you can't talk shit, but in this case it is strange when she's clearly attractive. Like most people would call this woman very attractive, and B, it's like you are way further down on the look scale than her. Again, men and women are different, obviously, but we can compare where both genders fall on the scale. She's way higher up on the scale on her gender than he is on the scale for his gender. So what was the dig? That's weird.
Grown age, I think someone needs to say something. It was not really offensive. It was a tiny bit funny. I chuckled.
If he was gonna talk shit, he should have came for her teeth. Now that would I'm not trying to be shady, but I'm just saying, make it make sense though. But to come for her face, we not about to lie and act like her face card is not serving. Like she's a very attractive woman. Like, let's not lie. You know, if you're gonna pick at some shit that makes sense. That's all I'm saying. But whatever.
A little bit. The context of the video that they're talking about, I just did not do my research that day. That was on me, right? Great, cool. I looked into it. I took the video down. It really was not that big of a deal. I put a statement out. Fun, great. I just think it's a super common thing.
Now the video question was a good 14 minutes and 34 seconds. I'll play it from the top. So there's this clip that I saw going viral and it really confused me.
Can't we eat babies? What's wrong with eating babies? We've got extra babies around that nobody wants. Why can't we eat them, right?
What the?
Do you remember those really weird, silly conspiracies where people were like, oh, these elite, famous, rich women, they're like lizard people, or like they're just not human. So humans actually can't handle digesting human blood. Like it can cause organ failure and then you die
then yeah, talk shit about how stupid she is. Like, why come for her looks? That's my only criticism. But you can go in on other areas. But I think that was just a weird dig. But whatever.
But like, what? Yeah.
Okay, so that's the video she kind of put together, right? And then I went to go look up the original context because I'm like, I've seen Sam Harris before. I don't think he advocates for eating babies. And she was
Much of my discussions have not to do with policy, but have been an effort to get at ethical bedrock. I mean, I write and think as a philosopher.
Was he quoting someone?
In the context of having a philosophical discussion about ethics and right and wrong, you can say many things that seem crazy outside of a philosophy seminar, but in a philosophy seminar are totally legitimate. So in a philosophy seminar, you could say, why can't we eat babies? What's wrong with eating babies? If we've got extra babies around that nobody wants, why can't we eat them? Right? That is a completely insane thing to say in the world, seemingly. That's the kind of thing that if quoted out of context.
all right, so here he was. This is a video from like 8 or 9 years ago.
And then somebody
Just
quoted him out of
discussion
context.
about how in philosophy, to get to ethical bedrocks, they want you to give justifications for why things are bad beyond it's evil. And so they ask these convoluted questions to see, like, do you know your stuff? Now, she had this clip. She made him out to seem a cannibal who eats babies. And, that's the mistake that she made, okay? Now, she took issue with how we talked about her and how we made a comment about her looks, or how we did. And I'll play the section where that happened. So let me...
We, it's me.
Well, I stand beside you and I was laughing. So, I'll own some of that, I guess. But it is you, yes, I agree.
They could have just went online and been like, this girl,
stupid.
what she did, that was so stupid. She didn't do any research and blah, blah, blah. Because that was definitely stupid. That's why the video was down. But the first thing they had to come for was the looks. Especially I'm going to assume they're like 40, mid-40s, I don't know.
Mid-30s. Hey, shit. She's aging me a little bit as I'm an old soul. Thank you. I'll take that.
Now, here's what I'm going to recommend. I'm going to recommend a trip to Turkey for this one and maybe a bar of soap.
She's saying I need to proceed my hairline.
I mean, she's not wrong.
I'm just dying because me and this girl got the same hair.
I'm about to say his hairline isn't bad though.
The same forehead because she's also East African, and so
I will also give her the same advice. Not same, but it's like, if you're gonna take shots at somebody's looks or their appearance in any way, it needs to make sense. And he doesn't have a bad hairline. Listen, I've seen some bad hairlines. I wouldn't say his is bad.
just makes me laugh when she says that. Some girl, if you just part your hair, maybe it's the Red Sea. You dig? So, me and you, we on the same wavelength, all right?
On a serious note, though, if this is the way that these men talk about random women online, I pray they don't have daughters. It made my day in a way. I've laughed. Now I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait for his fan base to send this video to them, mass send it. It was weird because I was getting all these comments being like, are you AI? Are you AI? No, I'm not.
She's not AI. She has an AI filter on though. But, I can see why people are saying that because she definitely has an AI filter on. I mean, all the filters are AI technically. That's what AI is made from, filters or whatever. But, or filters are made from AI, sorry. But, yeah, you can tell that she's still an attractive woman with or without a filter.
Oh, I don't know. I'm real.
I will say, though, I do think it's fascinating that here's a lady who accuses a man of being a cannibal and eating children in this era, and we're focused on 20 seconds that talks about her looks. So, no, I don't really care that your feelings were bothered or they weren't bothered or you want to focus on that. To be honest with you, it's 20 seconds of a 14-minute video, and that's the only part that you really responded to. The idea that people are going to DM me some outrage about, lady, you accused a man of eating children. And it really goes to show you that people don't take what they say online very seriously. Even the audacity to come online and be like, I think it's crazy that the first thing they said was something, why don't you address at length why you were spreading misinformation about someone that could have really altered their life, even though you claim to care
Yeah,
about
that is telling that that's the part she focused on the most, but you could tell that's what offended her the most. It doesn't offend her to be called stupid, but being called unattractive in any way, that's the offense. So it just goes to show where her mind is and how she's just not the smartest.
a lot of this child-related stuff.
Because I would be more offended by somebody calling me stupid than calling me ugly. You want to call me fat, ugly, cool, or whatever. You try to call me dumb, it's like, holla. You know I got my degree. So it's like, that's way more offensive to me than calling me, unattractive.
All these crimes, that you don't do your due diligence when you're going to name somebody and then accuse them of being one of the worst human beings on the planet.
In her video, she compares me to a minion. And that's fucking disrespectful to the minion. Because look at a minion. The minion is so cute. So look at those eyes. Look, so cute. Like, I wish I had that build. Like, that's a strong build. You understand what I'm saying? That's disrespectful for the minion. So what she said about me, I can't even be mad because I am in my mid-40s. 1. 2, I mean, yeah, I'm not using filters, so my skin looks real. Although I can understand what she said. What she said was super light, guys. So I want nobody to be like, and go comment on her page some dumb shit. Don't do that. We don't do this shit around here. We don't do that. What she said was light, and she has all the right to feel any type of way she feels about what we said. The reason why I thought she was odd is because obviously she's using a filter. I always find those odd. And I've seen a couple of pictures of her. I've seen a couple of videos of her without the filter. Yeah. Girl looks great.
Yeah,
there's no doubting that.
But see, you already knew that. Why are you playing games then? It's like you didn't talk shit about the filter. You talk shit about her. When it's like, yeah, obviously we can tell that she has a filter on, but just like I said, you can tell that she's still attractive without one. Like, filters can only do so much unless they're like super duper over the top and fake, but those usually look super duper fake to where you like, okay, this don't even look like a real person, but you can tell that she is attractive. So it's like, why didn't you talk shit about the filter then? You talk shit about her.
It's amazing. That you look good. You look good. The filter makes it odd. If people think you're AI, it's probably just because of that, because there's something that is kind of unnatural and not real about the face. That's what I was commenting about. Now, there's a lot of things that she could have called me if we wanted to be like, she wanted to be abrasive, right? We got a burnt marshmallow. I look much more like that than a minion. Of course, the clean y'all for Deep Space Nine, that's me. That's me right there. But then we got the same forehead, so I'm like, you know what I mean? Yeah! The villains from... That's me. If she wanted to be violent, she could have gone there. That's what
I'm fucking pretty. I'm joking, but yeah.
Yeah, I kind of look like that. Next
great.
One, please.
She's
no,
gorgeous.
He looks too handsome.
Stop.
No, he's got that shit. I'd be like, boy. You know, if you know, you know. Next one. Oh, garbage, black belt kid. That's me right there, right? She said nothing that was abrasive to me. She took it as a laugh. She did use what we said to coin another point, and that's fine with me. That's okay. I just don't want the fans to go in a comment and comment a bunch of shit. But I understand why she felt the way that she felt. That's what I'm gonna say.
These filters are crazy.
Well, someone says, you're such a pick-me with all that makeup on. Take it off first and then talk about Abbott Preach, you black. Well, I don't know what that last word is, but I can imagine.
But I don't even think that was one of us, to be honest with you.
I mean, it could have been. Who knows?
Been.
Listen, at the end of the day, there's hundreds of thousands of people who watch your video. 10 people saying something is going to affect it.
Sure, I am mad.
Like, most people just watched it and went about their day. Like, nobody really be out here starting hate campaigns. So I think as a content creator, because you see DMs, like, we got DMs because you made a video and people were mad at us and said a bunch of things.
100%.
Even like, that's why I didn't even care for what Preach was saying about being self-deprecated. Because I'm like, why are we focused on that? It's almost like watching somebody beat up a girl right in front of everyone, and then we want to talk about the fact that he called her a bitch. Like, why is that the focus? Well, that's just the fact that we're staying on this like looks thing is kind of proof that people, a lot of them are all grifting on this whole topic in regards to like child diddling or whatever. Now look, if you want to have a short conversation on the side about like, hey, there's probably a better way to go about it and try to avoid.
You can't tell people what to focus on though, especially if that stands out a lot to where people are like, wait, hold on. I know you ain't talking. People are going to focus on that. People do that with my videos all the time. Like it could be like 1% of the video. I can make one little small comment, but the rest of the video has substance or whatever. People will focus on one little thing that stands out to them. So you can't tell people, oh, that's irrelevant to focus on. Why don't you choose to focus on that part? People are going to focus on whatever they want to. That's how this internet shit works. So I feel like everybody needs to take accountability here. Let's be clear.
Certain faux pas, like that's fine. But the idea that like this is going to be some big response and we're going to hyper fixate on that is like, well, All you told me was that talking about a young girl's looks for 20 seconds is somehow exponentially worse than accusing a man of being a cannibal. And I don't feel bad. I do think this girl's an idiot. I do think she's a potato. And you guys can clip in and get mad about it. I don't really care. That's not
I also think she's stupid.
Accountability is not dodging the thing
I don't know this woman. That was stupid. I will say that.
you did wrong, and then going to the one thing that you think makes yourself look better. You've made 2 videos now talking about the fact that some people send some angry messages, or the fact that, someone made a comment about your looks. How many videos have you made about your lack of research? How many videos have you made about how you didn't do your due diligence in accusing somebody? 0. So spare me. And I think we coddle people way too much. Oh my God, so what? She's got millions of followers. Assume your responsibilities.
I don't think we should coddle her at all. I think she is slow for what she did, but people can just point out the ridiculousness of it all for Preach to make that comment. And it's not because, we feel sorry for her, let's baby her, and how dare you come for a young woman. It's not that. It's just like, Preach, I know the fuck you did. I know you fucking lied, Preach. It's more so that. Well, for me it is, anyway.
You want to talk about big boy, big girl topics? Then talk about it responsibly. You think if someone insulted me while pointing out the fact that I accuse a random lady or man of some very serious crime, that I would hyperfixate on that insult? No. So that's what I think, man. Fuck that.
When you go to your profile on Instagram, the first thing that appears on your profile is journalist. That's the first thing that happens. But then what I noticed is that on every post that you make, like lately, you write a little sentence and then you write, Japan is turning footstep into electricity, which is a trend that is huge to clickbait people into having more content. That's the reason why you're clipping a 20-second clip and profiting out of that. Because although you are saying that you are a journalist, all your posts, you see it. Oh, that was fun. Japan is turning footstep into electricity. Has nothing to do with your post. Next one. Japan is turning footstep into electricity. Has nothing to do with your post. Next one. That's what you do. It's farming.
I think this really leads into the other point that I have, that I think people are generally, they don't care about principles. Everything is about diplomacy and feel-good bullshit. Like all these people sit here and send me messages. They are eating kids. Abba, don't act like what she's talking about is not real. Sure, but just because there are some folks who are eating children as cannibalism doesn't mean you can accuse anybody.
Yeah.
Well, even if for you that's low-key noble.
And the only reason why you want to hyperfixate on that part and not the reality of falsely accusing somebody is because you don't think it's going to be ever used on you. Mm-hmm. But when you're the person who's faced with the false allegation, when you're the person who's faced with these false rumors, even though what you clearly said is nothing like that, you're going to feel differently. Everybody is okay with bad behavior as long as it targets groups that don't include themselves.
I agree.
That's the truth. That's it. So spare me. I don't give a fuck. Buggers. I think she was weird. I'll say it again. I don't give a shit. Until you guys actually prove to me that you care about the things, don't sit here and expect me to coddle your feelings. Fuck you. I'm kind of over that. Oh, Abba, misogyny. Oh, really? Then it must be misandry to just accuse dudes willy-nilly and not think you need to properly address it. I think one is exponentially worse. I'm not doing this whole diplomatic bullshit where I have to constantly give ground on the most minor infractions while you guys are getting away with murder. Get the fuck out of here. I'll also say on this last point.
I think that's a bit dramatic.
We also have to stop at looking at everything through a gendered lens. Like everything, every behavior is just always analyzed between a racial and gendered lens. And the reason why I say that is we'll cover all kinds of people and we'll talk about them the exact same way. And somehow showing the exact same kind of behavior to everyone is seen as unfair in this situation only. Even with women, you're not even consistent. Because we can rag on just partly things all day long and half the girlies will be like, go bitch, But the moment it's some girl that they like, all of a sudden it's fucking haram and everything is the end of the world. Why we talk about
people do pick and choose and they are very finicky. I agree with that 1000%.
Dudes or whatever it is, then it's fine, it's fair game, they're comics. But then it's a girl, it's oh my God, it's shut the fuck up. Just stop. Everything is always...
And if people were... Although I do think he's a bit dramatic, and I think he's a bit sensitive by it. You could tell he's a little triggered by all the hate that they receive regarding this. I do think it's lame to take this seriously and be like, you guys are misogynist and da-da-da. I think it would make more sense to make this more comedic, because that's my perspective on it, where I'm like, I know you fucking lying, Preach. And then start cracking jokes on him. He was cracking jokes on himself. I feel like that would have been the better response, but it seems like people were taking it more seriously and being like, oh, you guys just hate women and this is, rooted in hatred, and it's all right, that's, y'all also doing a lot, so that's also corny. But it seems like both parties were offended. The girl was offended by them commenting on her looks, or Preach rather, and then now Abbott is a bit triggered by the comments. That's why he's like, fuck y'all.
See through this lens because there's a man and a woman, and so because of that, the behavior must be gendered. Oh, they're gonna accuse you of being red pill? I don't care. If it means to be a red pill, to not be a fucking doormat who's a loser who's just gonna apologize for every little thing while the other person on the other side is doing.
Man, I wouldn't apologize for shit. Fuck out of here. I ain't apologizing for nothing. I talk shit about so many people. I would never apologize. I said what the fuck I said. And you can think I'm busted in when I'm talking about somebody else who busted. I don't give a fuck. I said what the fuck I said. That's how I feel. You feel me? People have responded to things that I've said about them. Okay, things have definitely been brought to my attention. I don't even bother engaging again though, because it's like, if I'm speaking about somebody, they have every right to respond and say whatever they want to say, because I reacted to a video about them and I commented on them, whether that be their looks or their behavior or whatever the case. So I just let it be, unless it would be good content. Then maybe I think of the Cardi B situation. It was like, oh, I knew that would be good content. It's fucking Cardi B. So and obviously she wasn't lurking on my page or anything. People sent her clips of something I said and she responded to it or whatever. And it's like, okay, I know this is content. Like, this will be good for my check this month. So it's like, in that case, I respond. But other people, like other YouTubers and people who've just been in videos, they have definitely felt some type of way about things that I've said about them. And they've made videos or they've left comments. And it's like, I just let it be. Some of them have even reached out to me directly. I made a story time about this on my Patreon. I spilled some tea over there about that. Anyway, so it's like you kind of just gotta let it be. Like, I'm not about to get triggered over it. It's like, hey, that's your opinion. That's how you feel. Whatever. So yeah, but I think of course they just want to make this out of content. But I do think a part of ABBA specifically is a little triggered by the comments that they were getting, because it seems like they got a lot of backlash based on what he's saying.
Disgusting stuff. They call me whatever you want. All these labels mean nothing to me. All I know is I saw some shit that was fucked up, and now we're talking about
Your look.
a mean comment. Shut the fuck out of here. So there you go. That's it for today.
Well, for those who were confused, you now know that I'm the nicer one.
As he takes his sip of whiskey. Y'all stressing ABBA
I
out.
say the priest was the first one. I was trying to stay on top. You were the first one who came into it. Right? You look like a
You no, wait a minute. You asked me what is odd in the video. So I was like, is that the game that we're playing? We're going to name everything that's odd? Something, when people, and it's probably like, I got to get tested on that. That's maybe like an autistic side that I got. Like, when people... I was accused of having no feelings because I couldn't read someone's face. It was someone in particular. I later came to find out that I'm not the issue. You got so much filler in your face that I cannot see your and it's not. I'm not even talking down on fillers or whatever, but it blocks your face. Don't move.
That's a common thing with autism. I was like, everybody has this, symptom. It's a spectrum for a reason. But that is a common thing where people who are autistic, they can't really tell. They can't read people's like facial expressions and their body language, and they have a very hard time telling when people are joking. I get it all the time. There's a lot of people who are autistic who have watched me over the years, where I'm like obviously joking. It's very obvious to me, but they're like taking what I'm saying seriously, and I'm like, okay, So that's a common symptom of you being on the spectrum.
And I think you're smiling, and I think you're chilling, you're all right, we good, but you're being sarcastic. Sometimes sarcasm is really hard to read when you don't have the face that matches the sarcasm. It's hard as well. So if we're naming everything that's weird, I'm like, yo, the filters?
I feel like a lot of people who are sarcastic, like, they'll say it with a straight face. Like, I do that all the time, too, to where I will crack jokes or be sarcastic with a straight face. I feel like over time though, I try to I feel like subconsciously I laugh to try to give some type of signal to people out there who are a bit confused, but I don't do it all the time. Sometimes I'm like straight faced or I'm not laughing after I say something that is sarcasm or I'm just joking. But some people can't pick it up. So that's a part of you being socially aware. Is you being able to pick it up whether the facial expression matches or not. You should be able to pick it up based on the context. But anyway,
I'm sorry.
No, this is no shame to people on the spectrum.
We could see that there's something, and that's all that's all I was trying to say. And really, I'm not the only one that thought that was weird. And let's be honest, you use that.
Oh, child, the girls are fighting. I didn't know they had this drama going on, child, but I'm glad I watched this video first instead of watching the other vid. People did ask me to react to that, but I saw the title and I'm like, I don't want to watch that shit, small eating babies. I just wasn't interested, so I didn't react to it. But I'm glad that I saw this one first, so that they could break down what occurred. But yeah, I mean, I already said what I have to say. Yapped enough in this vid, but I don't think it's that deep at all. Like, what the fuck? The people do take the internet way too fucking seriously. It's not that serious on, I feel like, either end, to be honest. But you know, I guess people were actually upset with them and saying that they are, you know, women haters just because of that comment. Like, I don't think it was that. It's not that serious. But yeah, that's what I have to say. Y'all let me know what y'all think though, and I'll see y'all on the next one. Bye.